Welcome to Fall Summit, a story-based podcast about tales, trails, and epic fails. I'm Octavia.
And I'm Em. For those of you just joining, we're going to bring you 2 stories and our thoughts on the tales, ending with trail mix, where I will bring you 3 songs, and then trail etiquette and other shit that Tave will be bearing.
The brunt, the weight, the weight of...
Bearing is not the right word.
Well, whatever.
Will be bringing to your listening ears.
Well, I guess it is a weight, though. Like, oh my God, I have to do all this etiquette. Stand up straight.
Yeah.
Put books on your head. Yeah. This is not that kind of etiquette. This is the kind of etiquette where don't be an asshole on the trail. The end. And also, other shit.
And other shit?
Yeah, other shit. Like, bring a compass if you know how to use a compass. There are some people that don't know how to use a compass.
I do not know how to use a compass.
What do you mean you do not know how to... Okay, well, we're going to have to...
No, when's the last time you used a compass?
I mean, it's probably been a while.
Were you taught?
Yeah.
In school?
Mm-hmm. Camp. When I was in Outward Bound.
Maybe my parents tried to teach me.
They probably did. And you probably were like, I don't see M&Ms, so I'm not listening.
Yeah, like, what's the point? What's in it for me? I'm a very self-centered... No.
Do you know how to find your way if you had to, like, follow the sun and stuff?
I would die. I would die so fast.
I get dyslexic, so I can't remember if it rises in the east and sets in the west. Is that right? Wait, hold on. Let me think.
Oh, boy.
Yes. Okay. So I am correct. It rises in the east and sets in the west. But I'm so dyslexic that sometimes I can't remember which one it is.
Speaking of getting lost, though.
Uh-huh.
I told you the story, right, of when I was supposed to go into the city to meet a friend for 4th of July.
Yes. Yes, you have.
And I was, obviously, anytime the city is going to be a madhouse. But 4th of July weekend, it's like insane.
Yeah.
So there was traffic like backed up for miles before getting into the city.
Were you on the Taconic or on the Thruway?
I was on the Taconic.
Okay, so that's even more like, because it's smaller.
Right, there's only 2 lanes.
Yeah. Well, the Thruway is only 2 lanes too, but I feel like the Taconic, because it's so windy, it just seems more... Well, I guess both roads go into 4 lanes eventually. Or, 3 lanes each way eventually.
Yeah. So anyway, I was in traffic and I had gotten on the phone with my friend and we had decided that it wasn't going to be possible to even meet up where we had originally planned.
Right.
Because there was no way I was getting, I forget where it was, but it was a major part of Manhattan.
Okay.
Like, I'm not getting in there.
Yeah.
So we kind of like kicked it, the plans. We were like, nah. Which is ridiculous. Seeing, like, looking back on it now, I'm like, I just drove probably close to 3 hours with the traffic.
Oh, 3 hours with the traffic, yeah.
And I was just like, okay. And turned around, like, that's wild. But anyway, my phone died. And I was very much reliant on my phone's GPS.
Right.
I had maps in the car because my dad and mom insisted on me having maps in the car at all times just in case that happened. Did I know how to read them?
Oh, you don't know how to read maps?
No.
You don't know how to read a map?
No.
Oh.
You're very good at it.
I'm very good at reading maps.
Not good at it.
I can find, if my GPS isn't working, I can find my way anywhere with a map.
Yeah, it's impressive.
Thank you.
I ended up in Connecticut, however.
Not impressive.
Doubling back. Ended up in New York City again.
Can we pause? So, do you remember how far down the Taconic you were? Were you like all the way in, like into Manhattan? Were you like on like the sawmill or whatever?
I think I was right before the cutoff. There was something to do with the George Washington Bridge.
Oh, you were all the way down. You were at the top of Manhattan. That's okay. So you weren't even near the Taconic anymore. So I was gonna say, if you were like on the Taconic, then you just get off the Taconic and turn back
Oh.
around and get back on the Taconic, but you were or had already
Yeah.
gone past that point. I get that because there's a couple more turns.
And there was a detour.
Yeah. Oh, okay. That's more fun.
So I missed the detour. Ended up in the wrong direction going towards Connecticut.
Oh, jeez.
Ended up in Connecticut. Ended up coming back to the city all the way almost. Trying to find like some kind of thing that I knew or sign that I knew.
Why would you think you were how old?
I was driving age, so I must have been 17 or 18.
And you thought that you would recognize an area that you probably never go down.
I've never been by myself, that's for sure.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think your parents are really like city.
No, we went to like Broadway once in a while. But
yeah.
No. Yeah, that was wild.
That's wild.
I ended up, back in my house.
So how many hours? How many hours did it take you to get back home? Like, how'd you figure it out eventually?
I don't know. I think it was just luck. I think I just ended up at a place that I recognized and was able to.
Did you and get like a car charger?
Oh, yeah. When I was in Connecticut, I had gotten a car charger.
Okay, so then you were able to use the GPS after that?
No, because the car charger didn't work.
Did you stop and get another? Why didn't the car charger work?
I don't know.
That's weird. I have had that experience where I have bought car chargers, and I go in my car and I'm like desperate because I need it really bad, like right now, and it doesn't work, and it's very frustrating. So I get that. Yeah. And so what time did you get home?
Probably 6 a.m.
What time did you leave your house that morning?
It wasn't that morning. 5:00 probably.
Oh, okay. So you were supposed to meet her at like 7:30.
It was a fireworks show, so yeah.
Oh. Did you get to see any fireworks while you were driving?
I did. I could not appreciate them, unfortunately.
Because you were panicking?
Yes.
Having high levels of anxiety?
I'd also taken the car without my parents knowing.
So oh my God.
They did not know that I had done that, where I was, anything. And I tried sneaking back in when I got home finally, but my dad was already up because on the dot, he would get up and make his toast and make his coffee.
Yeah, make his coffee.
Yeah. Anyway, I was fine. I survived.
Oh my God, your harrowing adventure of not being able to navigate.
Yeah, that was a very long-winded explanation for the compass thing. But anyway, how are you feeling?
I'm living for it. I'm feeling great. We went to my brother Noah and Alex's wedding this weekend.
We did.
And I'm still recovering my feet from all the dancing. It was a beautiful ceremony.
It really was.
Yeah. We stayed on the property. It was like in the Catskills. So, fall wedding, gorgeous views.
Beautiful weather.
Beautiful weather.
It's been cold like leading up to the wedding.
Yeah.
And then we got there and I had on my suit jacket and I was hot. I was sweating.
Yeah, you were. I did not have a suit jacket on.
You didn't?
No, I did not.
What were you wearing?
I was wearing a jumpsuit because I'm done with dresses. I'm more comfortable wearing like a jumpsuit type thing, but it looked like a dress. It just was pants so that I could like do whatever I want and not have to worry. My only problem with those is that you have to get full butt ass naked whenever you have to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, I didn't think about that.
Yeah, so that can be just another thing, but just don't pee. That's all. The whole night.
Why do you have to get butt ass naked? Why can't you just pull it down?
Well, yeah. So I wasn't wearing a bra because that just didn't require a bra. And when you pull you take the whole thing off, and then you take your underwear and bring those down. And then, so you're basically naked on the toilet.
But you still have, like, the legs on.
Yeah, well, yeah, from knee down. You're covered knee down.
Oh, so you're good.
Yeah.
You could have gone out like that.
Yeah, but then you have to be careful that the fabric doesn't touch the floor because, bathrooms. So you're kind of like, bunch it up from the ankles to the knees, and you're just holding all the fabric there.
Oh. Yeah, I don't have to deal with this.
No.
I just go the normal way.
Yeah, but then you have to tuck your stupid shirt in every time. That's annoying.
Especially when I have suspenders on. I hate
Oh, having to take the suspenders on and off.
Yeah, because most of the time they fall in the toilet.
Oh my
No, that was just one time actually.
god.
That was really bad. It was at a work event. Do you remember
Oh
that?
my god. Wait, which one? Oh yes.
At the annual like get together for everyone,
Oh my
the
god,
managers
yes.
meeting.
The manager. Yeah, yeah.
And I
That
had gone to the
was
bathroom with my suspenders,
yeah.
had come back out. You asked why they were wet. I said they were in the toilet. And
I
that's
think
what
I
happened.
asked him, was it flushed or not? Pre or post flushing?
Yeah, I don't think the listeners need to know.
Use your
Yeah.
imaginations. Any hoodle. I had to read the Irish blessing at my brother's wedding, which was fun.
And were you nervous?
I'm not, tackling public speaking on this platform has been something that it's a struggle for me. I'm not the best public speaker, especially when people are staring at me, but here I'm getting more comfortable. I'm still not great at reading from like a screen, I think because of my ADHD and dyslexia. I'm not really sure what that issue is or where that comes from, but when I'm reading it, kind of like the word, my eyes jump to different sentences. So I really have to concentrate. So it was good. I think this platform has kind of helped me get a little bit better at public speaking, but I was very nervous. And while I was reading it, my nerves were like crazy. And I remember thinking to myself, it's okay. Your voice sounds shaky right now just because you're so nervous, but lean into it because everyone in the audience is going to think it's just you're getting emotional and choked up.
Paid off. Also, you had some comedic relief.
I did have, well, that's normal,
So right before, so for some context for the listeners, right before you were supposed to read this Irish blessing, you were chatting with your mom and your mom's friend about this Irish blessing.
Right. I was practicing.
Right. And you had said something in the practice round that your mom was like, "Oh no, like maybe we shouldn't do it that like that because Gigi and some of the devout Catholics
Yeah.
might be offended."
Right. Yeah. People who revere the Irish blessing and,
Don't
wouldn't
change it.
wouldn't want me to change it. Yeah, exactly.
Right. And then what did you do?
So no, I changed it.
Yeah. To what?
There was a part where it said, and until we meet again, may God hold you in the palm of his, her, their hand. His, her, or their hand. That's what I said. His, her, or their hand.
That was really funny.
I thought it was, and then I did mess up on one of the words and I called myself out because I literally can't help myself. And I don't know if anybody said like how anybody reacted because I was like in my own like anxiety head.
Yeah.
But you said that they chuckled, so
there was quite a few chuckles.
Yay! I don't mind if with a little bit of levity.
Yeah.
In this serious ceremony,
it needed it after the reading before yours, which was beautiful,
heartfelt. Yeah,
very
by my
heartfelt,
sister.
But like the levity, like you said, was nice.
And then one of their best friends actually became ordained by the state of New York to be able to do to officiate. Thank you. When she was reading the vows, and she got to Noah's, she did finish Noah's and then was doing Alex's, and then didn't say like
she just left.
She just left before saying like, and do you take Noah to be your lawfully?
To which the bride was like, don't I have to say this part? She's like, oh yeah, but she handled it really well.
She handled it really well, yeah.
It was really funny, actually.
I like her a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. All of Noah and Alex's friends are really nice. It was just a really nice time. Another really great part was that they had a photo booth and with all like the props. I know a lot of weddings do this. All right, it's like a thing.
It's a thing.
It's a thing.
And it's fun.
And it's fun, and we had so much fun with it. It was, like, in the dancing area. So, like, people were, like, dancing and then going getting their pictures taken and, like, whiling out. And then there was, I got to visit with my family, which I don't get to see that much, and you got to get to know a lot of them even more than you have in the past. You know, they're all batty,
You know,
but lovely.
Noah
Lovely,
came up to
lovely, crazy. To end it all, though, I would say that the craziest thing that happened to us, they decided to have an after party after the wedding. So on their website, on their like little wedding website, the after party said it was from 11 to 2. And I asked Alex if they were having like some kind of a shuttle.
Mhm.
So and she said yes. And so I'm assuming this whole time that it's like, it's because it's not right at the venue. It's somewhere close by, like within 10 minutes, right? You'd think.
You would think.
Yeah. So up pulls these 2 school buses, like school buses. And we all get in. But at this point, like most of my uncles and like the older crowd are already like in bed. My mom didn't go, but there was a few, few people that had taken the bus. Taken the bus. I remember taking the bus. So this is exactly what it was like. You know how when you were used to be in high school and there would be like the kids in the back of the bus, there were like the disruptive ones.
Disruptive.
Disruptive ones. And they would be jumping around and acting crazy. So we get on this bus and we were like, okay, we don't want to stay for too long. We figured we'll stay for like an hour, and if we want to stay longer, great. And if we don't, we'll just take the shuttle back because I assume that the shuttle would be coming back and forth,
Mhm.
right? So we get on this bus, and all of Noah and Alex's friends are on the bus, and they're all very drunk at this point. And I think you were a little drunk too. I was tipsy, but I wasn't
I was drunk.
You were drunk. So then all of a sudden they start passing boxes of beer around. Everyone's taking beer and spiked seltzer. And then the bus starts going, and it's going for a while. And there's everyone's singing songs, and one of the guys is like standing in his seats, singing a song, smacking his hand into the roof as like the rhythm, like like I felt so bad for this bus driver.
Same.
It was like
We should have
pure.
tipped the bus driver,
Honestly,
for his efforts.
yes. I don't know how he'd put up with all that crap.
I'm sure he's used to it if that's
Yeah.
what he does.
Either that or am I just getting like old and crotchety? Like, I don't know. I thought I was bananas.
Yeah, it was a little bananas. I wasn't like annoyed by it, but I was like, oh my
God.
What is
Yeah.
happening?
What is happening? So finally, I think it took us 25 minutes to get to this other place. It's now almost midnight.
Yeah.
Which, it's whatever. But I thought the after party started at 11 and was like down the road. Whatever. That's fine. Not a problem. It's almost midnight. I think it was like 11:45, 12 o'clock. We get there, and the bus driver then says that there is only one shuttle back to the venue, which is where we were staying. And it is at 1:30. And I was like, I don't want to be stuck here without any kind of escape if I don't want to be here. You were not happy, camper. It is, I mean, I wish that there was more like information. Like, listen, it's a half an hour away. There's one shuttle there, one shuttle back. It's a done deal, and you know, it was a cute after party. There wasn't too many people that went to it, but there was enough. But luckily, my other brother, his wife, and my sister also went, but my brother's wife was the designated driver for their little crew, and they were also coming back to our venue where we were staying. Thank gosh, because we got a ride with them back. I just didn't want to be in that bus again.
Yeah, especially after the after party.
Yes.
If they were that bananas.
Bananas.
During the before trip, the
Yeah.
after trip would have been like, oh boy.
I mean,
or unless they were all sleeping, because they could have been all sleeping.
or all puking.
But then Noah said that they did go and like continue partying even after.
Oh yeah, they got back and they
Went across
continued
the street.
partying at one of the in one of the rooms. That's right. Jeez. I mean, they had a good time.
Yeah.
It was a good time.
And
it's a good wedding.
His wedding. He deserves it.
Yeah. Yeah. Bride was beautiful. The groom was handsome. All the guests were in their nines. You know, we had a really nice time. And the end. And that's a wrap, folks. All right. Should we get into our stories for these lovely folks?
Absolutely. So to get into our first story, it's called Moon Angel.
Moon angel, moon angel, moon angel, will you be mine? No, that's not how it goes.
No, but it's beautiful.
Ah, thank you.
Angela had always found solace in the mountains, especially on those solitary night hikes with her faithful pup by her side. There was something invigorating about the chill in the air, the quiet rustle of leaves, and the silvery glow of the moon casting its ethereal light over the rugged terrain. Tonight was no different. The moon hung high, a brilliant orb surrounded by a halo that seemed to pulse in the darkness. As she trekked along the familiar path, Angela deliberately avoided the denser, shadowy areas of the forest. There was an unnerving quality to the woods at night, a whisper of unease that made her skin prickle. Headlamps were unnecessary, the moonlight provided ample illumination, but deep down, she also liked the idea of slipping through the darkness unnoticed, a fleeting shadow amidst the towering trees.
It's really pretty, though, but also can be unnerving.
Yeah, it's eerie being by yourself at night, I think, just in general.
And then yet another at-night hiker.
I think we're going to get a lot of those, honestly.
I mean, this is opening my eyes to a whole new world. A whole new world.
Point of view.
Na. I'm just kidding.
Way up there, crystal clear.
Thank you. Thank you for that.
What's that from?
It's from Aladdin.
And they're on the magic carpet, right?
Yeah, it's just him and her.
About 2.5 hours into her hike, Angela felt an urge to capture the breathtaking sight before her. With her phone in hand, she aimed it at the moon, hoping to immortalize the moment. Just as she pressed the button, the flash illuminated the night, a curious anomaly, given that she never used it. The bright light cut through the darkness, a beacon in the stillness. Moments later, she heard the sound of hurried footsteps breaking the tranquil silence. A headlamp flickered in the distance, its light bobbing erratically as it approached. Instinctively, Angela froze, her heart racing. She stood still, her pup alert at her side, watching the light draw nearer.
Whoa.
Our dog would be barking.
Our dog would be barking, but like maybe the fact that the pup, I don't know if it's a he or she, maybe the fact that her dog isn't barking is a sign that she's not in danger, or at least the dog doesn't sense anything foreboding
that it's
yet.
Uncertain.
But I think I would still be a little bit cautious if I saw a light bobbing in the distance when I'm on a hike. But I mean, also night hikers, they must be aware that there are other night hikers that could be on the trails. So maybe she's not super freaked out, but maybe it's just like uncommon. But it does say her heart was racing and she froze. So
I'd be scared.
Yeah, I'd be cautious for sure.
I'd be scared. I'd be in a bush.
You'd be hiding in a bush.
Yeah. I'd leave the dog out.
I don't know. Maybe leave the dog out. I don't know. Maybe reading these stories, I'm starting to get a little bit less. I should be more cautious.
As it got closer, she saw a figure, a man clad in running shorts and a t-shirt, despite the frigid temperatures. He looked utterly spent, desperation etched across his face. It became clear that he had been running for hours, caught in a battle against the elements to stave off hypothermia. In his frantic state, he had spotted that flash of light and had instinctively turned towards it, hoping it might lead him to safety.
Oh my god.
That's crazy.
That poor guy.
Yeah, that's hypothermia
That's
is
so
real.
scary. I wonder if he just got lost.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm assuming he just got lost and he was out earlier in the day and in a outfit that would be appropriate for during the day.
Right.
But what if he did? Oh my god, can you imagine if he didn't run across run across her?
He probably would have died.
Yeah.
Or there was a possibility that he would have.
Yeah, for sure.
That's scary.
That's really scary.
Are you okay? Angela called out, breaking the heavy silence. He skidded to a halt, breathless and wide-eyed. I thought I was lost for good, he exclaimed, relief flooding his voice. I didn't know if anyone would be out here. Angela's heart ached for him. Come on, I'll help you find your way back. She led the way down the mountain, her pup trotting beside them. The man, still agitated, poured out his feelings, fear, anxiety, and gratitude tumbling from his lips. He shared snippets of his life, how he had come out for a quick run that had turned into a nightmare, how he had underestimated the cold. Each step down the trail seemed to lighten his burden, the moon illuminating their path as if it were guiding them home. Eventually, they reached a clearing where his car was parked. In the flurry of emotion, it struck him that they had never even exchanged names. I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name, he said, panting. Angela, she replied, extending a hand. He paused for a moment, an incredulous grin spreading across his face. Of course. What else? A spark of realization hit her, and they both chuckled at the irony. Angela, like an angel, appeared just when he needed her most. They shared a brief, warm farewell, and as he climbed into his car, she turned to head back into the mountains.
It's unreal that if she hadn't come along, he might not have found his way back home.
Yeah.
And that, she is his, angel, moon angel. Ta-da. Anyway, keep going.
Yeah, you don't even need to believe in anything to, believe that something was a higher something.
A higher power. Power greater than yourself.
Yeah. Was involved in that.
Yeah, I agree.
Once more enveloped in the darkness, she reflected on the surreal encounter. Had she not been there, would he have survived the night? The image of her standing alone in the vast wilderness, with only her pup for company, seemed eerily cinematic. The thought sent a shiver down her spine, a mix of eeriness and empowerment. She paused, feeling an odd sense of satisfaction. The flash, which usually malfunctioned, had chosen this night to work perfectly, creating a moment that was both spooky and serendipitous. Perhaps sometimes in the depths of the unknown, you could find a glimmer of hope. With a renewed sense of adventure, Angela resumed her hike, the mountain welcoming her back into their fold, the night still alive with secrets yet to be discovered. The end.
Wow. She went back and hiked more? I'd be like, that's a sign.
That's what I was wondering.
I'm going home.
Yeah. What was she doing?
I also wonder how far away from the trailhead they were.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Maybe
we should just stuck around close by.
Yeah.
That's what I would have done.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when she found him.
Oh, I see.
How far from, how long did they have to go together to find the trailhead?
And how close was he to
getting
there by himself?
And also, did she give him a jacket? Because I'm assuming she was wearing long sleeves and a jacket. I think I would have given him a jacket.
Yeah.
Even if,
I wonder how he got so lost.
Yeah. I wonder what happened. There's a lot of, most trails are marked pretty well.
Yeah.
That I go on. But my mom goes bushwhacking. Here you go. I'm talking about my mom again. The listeners. For everybody. You're welcome.
The mom segment.
The mom segment. She's a bushwhacker. She goes through uncharted territory, but this guy seems like a runner, and usually runners stick to paths that they can easily run.
Right, that are well groomed.
Yeah. Bushwhacker, they're trudging. Trudging through the woods. No?
I thought we were doing trudging in the name of the Lord.
Why would I be singing that?
I don't know.
Okay. That's not a song anyway.
No, but it's something jamming.
Jamming?
I'm jamming. Jamming in the Illinois.
It's Bob Marley. Well, I really like that story.
Me too.
I thought it was a feel-good story. It was an epic fail story, but with a really lovely ending. And I hope that more of our stories have glimmers of hope in the end.
I want some that are
just tragic.
Dark tragic.
Well, this next one will be a little more
tragic?
Just tragic. Yeah.
In a different way.
In a different way. Yeah. Are you ready for story number 2?
I'm ready for story number 2.
Ooh. Okay.
It's named properly.
Frozen Fiasco. Dun dun dun.
But do you get it?
Why?
Number 2.
Oh, that's called foreshadowing.
Yeah.
For any of our listeners. Oh, stop. You can't tell the secrets. All right. Back in the vibrant days of the 80s, when adventure beckoned from every snow-capped peak, I found myself yearning for the exhilarating thrill of winter snow trips. It was time to retire my old army gear, which had seen better days and countless expeditions, and embrace the modern marvels of winter camping. So I splurged on a brand new arsenal of winter gear, state-of-the-art snowshoes that promised unparalleled traction, a sturdy ice axe for navigating icy crags, and a shovel for fortifying my camp, and a down parka and pants that would keep me toasty amid frigid gusts. I even treated myself to a winter tent designed to withstand the fiercest of storms. The anticipation built within me like the clouds overhead, and I eagerly awaited the next big snowfall. And then it arrived, a storm forecasted to blanket the mountains with an impressive accumulation of snow between Christmas and New Year's. With an adventurous spirit and a heart full of enthusiasm, I packed my gear, bidded farewell to my wife with a promise to return in a week. Oh, Lord. See you later. Be back in a week.
Bye.
During Christmas and New Year's?
Yeah, it seems like not the most opportune moment to
dude,
leaving, but
what you doing?
Maybe they don't have children, maybe they
Yeah, but you wanna I wouldn't want to spend Christmas and New Year's without you, or my family, my mom, my dad, or whatever, my siblings. No thanks. But this guy's like, I gotta get out of here. You're driving me crazy. I need a week to myself in the winter, full of snow. Sounds like my worst nightmare.
Doesn't sound great.
No, I like snowboarding. I like to go to the mountain, do a day of snowboarding, be out in the snow, and then go in the lodge and have hot cocoa and then get the heck out of there. Goodbye.
I like to stay in the lodge and eat soup.
And drink beer.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I was not allowed to drink beer when I used to go cross-country skiing with my parents, so I would just stay in the lodge sometimes. Most of the time they made me come.
Yeah.
But sometimes I would just stay if I pretended to be sick or was like, just whined enough. And then I would bring a book and have it ready and whip it out.
Oh my God. That's amazing. I'm going to cut that part out.
Okay.
Yeah. Just the whip it out part.
Yep.
Yeah. As I approached the ranger station to secure my permit, I encountered concerned rangers who earnestly tried to dissuade me from my expedition. Their warnings echoed in my mind like the howl of the wind outside. But my resolve was firm. After what felt like a small eternity of deliberation, they relented, handing me a permit with a mixture of reluctance and resignation. What do you think's going to happen?
Nothing good.
Nothing good?
I think that, well, you kind of forecasted it in the previous story because you said that this next one isn't going to be as light and hopeful as the one prior.
Yeah.
So I think there's going to be some doom and gloom.
Doom and gloom. I mean, if the rangers are saying, dude, we don't want to give you a permit to go camping.
It's probably for good reason.
Also, I didn't realize you needed a permit to go camping, I guess.
Yeah, I'm confused why are they telling him? Why is there a mixture of reluctance and resignation?
I mean, I'm thinking because the storm is so bad. They're like, dude, it's cold. It's a blizzard.
Yeah, but like, why would you even give it to him then? Like, that's your fault.
Yeah.
Like, you should be firm. And like, if there's a storm coming and it's not safe, then that's kind of your job to not do that, even if somebody's being a whiny little baby.
Yeah, I agree. Well, let's see what happens. The storm unleashed its fury almost immediately. Snow began to swirl in thick, chaotic clouds, and the wind howled like a banshee, clawing at my gear as I ascended. Visibility plummeted to near zero, and before I knew it, I found myself seeking shelter a few 100 feet below the peak. Battered by the storm's relentless assault, I contemplated heading to the nearby emergency shelter, but the thought of battling the howling winds made my resolve waver. Besides, I had a shiny new winter tent that promised to be my fortress against the elements. Dun dun dun. As the blizzard raged on, I became pinned down for nearly 48 hours.
Yikes.
Yoicks. In his tent, I'm assuming.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
Oh, jeez. 48 hours. What's the point? You can't even have fun. You're just sitting in a cold tent surrounded by snow.
Can't eat.
Well, I mean, I'm sure he brought like granola bars or something.
I hope so.
Or like those little squishy packs.
Yeah.
You know, those little protein squishy packs? I don't know.
Run out of water.
You could, oh, well,
I mean, you'd survive, but still. It's not comfortable.
No. If you had the proper gear, which sounds like he does, you could survive, yeah. But you also could get hypothermia and freeze to death.
Yeah, but like he has the proper gear, but also he's making this stupid choice to go out in these conditions, knowing that this is a possibility.
Yeah.
So how seasoned of a camper is he really?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think the moral of the story is if the rangers tell you not to, or it's not a good idea, maybe you listen.
Yeah, maybe.
They might know a thing or two about a thing or two.
Could be.
Could be.
That's what they're paid for.
That's what they're paid for. You know, that and putting out forest fires. No, I'm just kidding. I don't think they put out forest fires. Oh, Smokey the Bear puts out forest fires, right? Yeah, got it. Yet, this isn't the horror story I was bracing for. The tent performed marvelously, standing against the onslaught, and the shovel proved invaluable as I cleared the accumulating snow from the roof. In that confined space, surrounded by swirling white and the muffled sounds of the storm, I found an unexpected sense of joy. There was a certain magic in being cocooned in warmth while nature unleashed its wild fury just outside your door. But then came the horror. Dun dun dun! I had packed an assortment of freeze-dried meals from a new company that, as fate would have it, quickly vanished from the market. Curious. Yeah. In my eagerness to try something new, I failed to sample the food beforehand. With a growl of hunger in my belly, I prepared a meal that, in retrospect, could have been classified as culinary regret. The taste was abominable, but hunger often overrides reason, so I forced myself to eat. On the second night, well past midnight, the unfortunate consequences of my poor choice began to unfold. My stomach gurgled ominously, and an unsettling ache settled in. An unsettled ache settled in? Oh, goodness. What could that be?
It's called diarrhea, folks.
Diarrhea.
Get the runs.
That is the worst feeling in the world when you have like intestinal cramping. Oh my God.
That and when you're about to throw up.
Oh my God.
That's the worst thing.
Yes. No. No, thank you. No, thank you. The discomfort escalated quickly, and soon enough, I was faced with desperate situation. The urgent need to relieve myself amid a raging blizzard outside. Bundling up in my gear, I braced myself for the harsh conditions as I stepped out into the storm. The wind whipped around me, the snow stung my face, and the urgency of the moment left little room for decorum. I had no time to locate a proper spot or dig a hole. The call of nature was relentless. As the situation spiraled out of control, a liquid projectile escaped with a force that caught me completely off guard. My God. Mortification washed over me as I realized that I completely soiled outer bottom of my brand new down pants. Panic mingled with humiliation as I stood there in the blizzard, the cold air biting at my exposed skin. Oh my God.
That's bad.
Can you imagine?
No, and how do you wipe?
Well, I think he's going to tell us what happens next with the whole wiping situation. There's more details. I'm scared.
I know.
I'm scared and humiliated. It's so gross. After a frantic moment of cleanup, I managed to pull my pants back up, battling the gusts of wind and swirling snow. But then, to my utter astonishment, I discovered something remarkable. The liquid had frozen almost instantly. All it took was a flick of my snow shovel, and to my disbelief, the evidence of my calamity disappeared like magic. Everything was clean, no residue, no smell, just a pair of pants that looked as good as new. Oh my God.
That's hilarious.
But also, his butt must be so cold if his crap froze that quickly.
It's already like a lot of potty talk. It's like
Too much potty talk.
We don't need to keep it going.
Wait, did your parents give you the Everybody Poops book?
Yeah. I love that book. I read it every day.
You read the Everybody Poops book every day?
Yeah.
Oh, everybody poops every day.
It was so fun. There was like an elephant poop and a mouse poop. And everything between, like frog poop, like human poop.
So. Yeah. I wonder if when polar bears poop, it freezes like this guy. As soon as it comes out, just lands on the freezes solid.
Interesting.
Yeah. Polar bear poop talk. Whoop whoop. With a sigh of relief and newfound respect for the power of the cold, I returned to the warmth of my tent, chuckled at the absurdity of my situation. When I finally made it home, I washed those down pants thoroughly, but the memory of that wild blizzard adventure and its unexpected twists remained etched in my mind, a testament to the unpredictable nature of winter wilderness trips. The end.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh my God, it's so funny.
It sounded awful though.
Oh my God, yeah. But what a good story to tell it, like, you know,
I'm sure it's like
the dinner table.
Yeah. Of like family functions for years to come is that story.
Oh my God, so good. Hey, Billy Bob, remember that time when I crapped myself in a blizzard?
And it froze. Ooh.
Frozen solid.
Frozen like a snow cone.
Oh my God. A poopy snow cone?
Poopy snow cone.
Not a flavor I want to try if I had an
But-
every flavored bean flavoring.
Yeah, but I learned that you don't eat yellow snow. But then when I watched Monsters Inc., the abominable snowman eats yellow snow.
He does?
And it's yellow. I mean, it's lemon.
It's lemon.
Yes.
It's lemon flavor?
Yeah.
I don't remember that part in Monsters, Inc.
Yeah. That's when they get banished.
Oh, right. I don't remember him eating lemon flavored yellow snow, though. So then you watched that movie. You were older when that movie came out, weren't you?
I think it was like 6 or 7.
What? Oh, I was older when that came out.
Yeah, we were like 16 or 17.
Yeah. So, did you eat yellow snow and think it's lemon?
No.
Did you eat any other things that are weird when you were a kid?
A tick. I ate a bloated tick because I thought it was a raisin.
Well, you didn't actually like swallow it, but you put it in your mouth.
It.
Ugh, that's so disgusting. You thought it was a raisin.
I thought it was a nice. I was obsessed with raisins.
You're cute.
I loved raisins, and every morning my parents would make me cereal, and they'd put a fourth of a cup of raisins in it for me because I loved the raisins that would float to the bottom, and then I would eat those by themselves with the milk. So I got excited because I thought one of them had dropped.
Oh no!
From my breakfast.
You were tiny.
Yeah. And then I approached my mom, and I had blood dripping down from my mouth.
Oh, God. That image. Did you have it in your hand? I'm like, Mom, this tastes like not like a raisin. What is it?
I said, yeah, something along those lines. Like, what is this?
What's wrong with this raisin? It tastes like garbage.
Yeah. This raisin
Tastes like it tastes like the dog's blood. So gross. All right. Well, you want to get into our trail mix? Trail mix. Da-da-da-da.
Bow, 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 bow.
Bow, 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 bow.
Hey, that was a good one.
Thank you. Take it away, Ernie.
Take it away, Ernesto.
Ernesto. You're bananas.
So for today's trail mix, we're going to start off with Mouthful of Diamonds by Fantagram, which has definitely been, you know how I have like tons of playlists on my Spotify?
Yeah.
It's on pretty much every one of my playlists because it's that good.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's really good. So this song is like a sonic roller coaster. It mixes lush electronic beats with these haunting vocals, and it pulls you right in. The lyrics are super layered and introspective, diving into themes of love, longing, and the ups and downs of relationships. You really feel that tension between the euphoric highs and the heavy lows. It's almost like a metaphor for life itself. Ain't that the truth?
Ain't that the truth?
It has these catchy rhythms that make it impossible not to vibe along. Next on the list is Twice by Little Dragon. This track is a mix of electronic pop and soul, and Yukimi Nagano's vocals are ethereal. The lyrics dive into themes of vulnerability and the complexities of love. You can really feel the emotional weight behind each word, like she's inviting you into her world of feelings. The smooth synths and gentle beats create the perfect backdrop for the story she's telling.
That sounds really nice.
Yeah, it's a good one.
It's a good one. Listen to it.
Put it on your playlist. Put it on your podcast. Oh, wait, we did. Lastly, but not leastly. Is Seasons, parentheses, Waiting on You by Future Islands.
Okay.
I think most people would just say Seasons, Waiting on You.
Right.
Without the parentheses.
Probably not.
Those are just implied.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But this track is a powerhouse of emotion. So from the first note, that infectious synth line hits you. But it's Samuel T. Herring's vocals that really steal the show. His voice is raw and passionate. It gives you chills.
Gives you chills?
Chills.
Like the little arm goosey bumps?
The goosebumps, yes, the goose pimple.
Or as I call them usually, people bumps, because I'm not a goose. I'm not a goose, so I have people bumps.
People bumps. That's funny. I like that. It's about longing and the passage of time. That feeling of waiting for something or someone that could change your life. The end.
That sounds great. Thank you for that lovely trail mix.
You're welcome. And just a side note about my trail mix.
Okay.
Our first trail mix is live on Patreon.
Oh, your extended trail mix.
Yeah, extended trail mix.
Yeah.
So there's extra tracks. I'm aiming for anywhere between 10 and 25 tracks.
Okay. For each drop.
For each drop.
And that's every other Tuesday.
Right. Because there will be a bonus episode, trail mix. Bonus episode, trail mix.
Yeah. You got it.
So,
boom, boom, boom.
I'm excited. Subscribe to that. Get your trail mix on. There's a link in there to a private playlist.
From Spotify.
Yeah,
that's right. Oh, you also wrote it out, right?
Yeah, I also wrote it out.
Yeah, so you can either click on the link. Click on the link. You can either click on the link, or Em has written out all the tracks on our post on Patreon. And you can look it up on whatever platform that you listen to your music and our show on. Yay. But now it's my turn for trail etiquette and other shit. Woohoo! Yay! Today's trail etiquette and other shit is day pack essentials. Now, this is not things that you should bring on like a camping trip or like for backpacking. These are just like things that you should bring if you're going for a few hours or for the day in the woods. Just little things that you should probably think about and not leave home without. I'm getting this off of americanhiking.org, which they give you a lot of really great information, and we're gonna put a link for that in the show notes. So if anyone has any other essentials if they think we should add to the day pack essentials, write us in. I'd love to hear your ideas of other things that you should probably bring on a day hike. Bring a map. If you know how to read a map, learn how to read a map, Em. What if your phone dies?
Then I'll use a compass.
Do you bring a compass then?
No, because I don't know how to use it.
Okay. So bring a map or a compass or one of those GPS beacon things. Another item that you should definitely pack is food and water. You should always bring water with you wherever you go. Anyway, you cannot survive more than 4 days without water and 14 days without food. The world record for longest survival time without food or water is 18 days, set by an 18-year-old man in Austria in 1979.
Not recommended, though.
Not recommended. And who knows what the conditions were of him, surviving that. That sounds awful. Another thing is sunscreen, insect repellent, a flashlight, like one of those little ones, a bear whistle, and a first aid kit. I think first aid kit is probably a really good idea because you never know what you might encounter.
Yeah, it could be either bear or rape whistle, depending on the situation.
No, the first aid kit.
Oh.
The first aid kit's really important because you could get a scrape.
Yeah, and you might get a boo-boo and need a Band-Aid. I need Band-Aids all the time. I prefer if they're fun, but they don't have to be.
A boo-boo?
Yeah.
Hee hee.
Kiss it, make it better.
I got a little boo-boo.
Ow.
Also, some hikers find that bringing hiking sticks to reduce stress on their legs is also essential. We will be putting links in the show notes for our day pack essentials and for the stories that we've told today, so you guys can check out the full stories and take a better look at trail etiquette and other shit where we get all of our information from.
Speaking of links, we have some more links available in our Instagram bio.
That's right.
So before we previously had, the links, the typical links.
Yes.
Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Patreon.
Yeah.
Now, if you would like to submit a story, we've been telling you, you can DM us on Instagram. You can email us at falsesummit.pod@gmail.com. Again, falsesummit.pod@gmail.com. But now you can go to our Instagram bio and fill out a short questionnaire of 8 questions. And I repeat, only 8 questions. However, when you're filling out the story, please do include as much detail as possible.
Yeah. If you don't, we're going to hound you with questions, right? We want to know all the details.
Yeah, we want to know all the deets. But also, if you miss, give us whatever you have.
Yeah.
We could always chat you through how to get more details. So
yeah, make it a little more juicier or vibrant or
juicy or vibrant.
Juicy and vibrant. We want juicy, vibrant stories, please.
We want starbursts.
Yeah, I want only starburst stories. None of those teeny tiny little Skittles.
And none of the orange ones.
No, I like the pink or the red.
Yeah, everyone does.
I know, and I always steal Adriana's pink and red, and she doesn't care because she'll eat any of them. She doesn't care, which I think is bananas, but I'm happy.
But the banana flavor Laffy Taffy is good.
Banana flavor of anything is not good. Does not taste like banana.
Banana flavor high chew is delicious. Banana flavored Pocky is really good.
No, I don't like banana flavoring. I don't like the artificial banana flavoring.
Banana pudding from Magnolia.
But that's not artificial.
No, but it's so good.
It's so good. If anyone's not had the banana bread pudding from Magnolia Bakery, it's unbelievable. It's so good.
It's so good.
Yeah. Anyway, I think that's it from us crazy people at Fall Summit.
Where every mountain is just one more almost there.
If you enjoyed today's episode, please rate, review, and subscribe.
And if you didn't enjoy it, well, maybe that's your epic fail for the week.
Hee hee.
Hee hee.
All right.
We'll be back next week with more tales of misadventures and questionable decisions. Until then, happy trails.
And remember, if it feels like you've reached the top, you probably haven't.
See you out there.